Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good Tuesday in the stock market. It's June 22nd. We're going to talk about GME. We're going to talk about the SPY, the overall market. A couple of trades we did. Talk about the option plays we're doing. Puts we're selling. Calls we're buying. The news on GME that came out today. So sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. Look at this, just right off the bat, this little cup formation forming in the 5 minute. It's short term, so might not mean anything, but to start, overall, the broad market today ripped up. Big epic bounce from the drop yesterday. Yeah, I was thinking this is a top, it's gonna come down. Did all this funkiness and then hit all-time highs, all the red candles, all-time highs with red candles on daily. Yeah, and then finally it started correcting here. And then I thought a little bounce, but then now it's... So yesterday, actually, let's see, was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago when this was happening, I was like, all right, we're probably gonna bounce. And then yesterday we had the bounce, and then I thought for today it would probably be kind of flat, maybe a little bit green. I wasn't accounting for the Powell hearing. That always affects the market. So basically it did what I was thinking and kind of stayed flat. And then here's where the Powell hearing was. And the market ripped up basically because he didn't say the world's going to end. So they're like, hey, let's go up. Let's make green candles on charts. So that's what happened there. And today, GME, though, I mean, the big news on GME was that they announced that they sold the share offerings over. So they have 1.6 something like that, 1.6, what is it, billion? That's insane. Yeah, they have a ton of money in the bank now. Like ratio wise, compared to like Amazon, I saw DD on it, like compared to Amazon and like other big successful e-commerce companies, it's like 100 times the amount of cash in the bank on hand that they have in those ones. But yeah, GME is setting up well for a good company, and that's why I bought $10,000 worth of calls that expire in 3 days. That and a few other little nuggets that I'm going to talk about. But firstly, I do want to talk about who was it? It was Kevin O'Leary. I just saw a video of him talking about it, and I was like, that is an interesting point. When Amazon came out, it was an online used book sale, e-commerce store. So you sell your used books on there. People buy used books, and then new books. And at that time, it was an okay business. And but they were losing money. They were always losing money. Bezos just kept reinvesting whatever he did. But what did it do? What did they do? They just grew and grew, crazy user base, and then they completely shifted. You think of Amazon now, you're not thinking of a used book sale store at all. It's the Walmart of the internet, or you're the Target of the internet, or wherever you shop. It's literally the biggest marketplace in the world. So Amazon did that complete transformation. Just takes good leadership. Another example is Netflix. It's funny, you think back, Netflix used to have a subscription, and you'd look at it and you'd say, I want this DVD. They'd mail it to you, in your little red paper thing, and you'd watch it, and then you'd send it back. And I actually didn't have Netflix before then, but yeah, Netflix completely shifted. Now it's an online streaming platform they're not sending anything out. It's completely all digital. It's another great example of just a shifting. And then what Ryan Cohen did with let's see, was it Pets? Yeah, Pets.com, and just made Chewy an amazing e-commerce company, extremely successful. Sold it for billions, and yeah, I think he can do the same with GME. With Chewy, he didn't have nearly the cash on hand, and he did crazy stuff with that. GameStop has 1.6 billion. It's in a market that's has a much higher market cap than pet food supply. The gaming market is, I don't even know, it's a crazy amount. COVID accelerated that, and then it's just an untapped market really in a lot of ways. So GameStop is in a crazy good spot to be able to do amazing things and to shift, and they are. So new CEO Matt Furlong, welcome, buddy. Yesterday was his first day. No announcements from them yet. It'll probably take a little bit of time, but this week we are looking forward to the FTD cycle. For one, there's big ones that are coming on Thursday, some tomorrow on Wednesday, but big ones on Thursday, and some of the ones on, let's see, so Thursday's a big one, tomorrow's big ones, but then tomorrow we also have the SEC, the DTCC 002 coming into effect, which will be active, and that basically makes every day an SLD period. And SLD, I think SLD stands for supplemental liquidity deposits, something like that. Basically, the margin accounts, or sorry, the hedge fund accounts have to have enough collateral and enough capital on hand to not get a margin call. And typically they only check for this, once a month, and they're changing that tomorrow to where they're checking for it every day. Not only every day are they going to have to maintain this certain level of margin, but they will be able to now get margin called and need to come up with capital within an hour of time. So starting tomorrow, it could be huge. We could see something huge, unless if the hedge funds come up with some new witchcraft to be able to somehow kick this further and somehow keep pushing it down the road, and we'll see. But tomorrow could be huge for that. On top of the failed delivers, on Friday we've got the Russell 1000. It's going into that ETF, which should cause a lot of buying pressure. Anyways, I'll show you the plays here real quick. I sold puts, sold some yesterday, got a little excited, sold some more today, got really excited. So I have 10 puts that I sold. So basically by Friday, depending on what happens, I might have 1,000 more shares of GME. I like selling puts to do that. I think it's the best way to buy shares. So I have 5 225 puts. So if GME closes above 225, these will just expire worthless, and we'll just keep the credit, which was 9,340 for those. We've got 1 230 put, which is $2,285 of credit, which we'll keep unless if GME closes above that, that'll expire worthless. Then we've got a 212 and a half put, 2 of them, which is 2,700 in credit, and then a 210 puts, which is about $4,000 in credit. So it's about 17,000 in credit just from selling puts, and these puts are in the money. I mean, it's a bullish position, but I'd be happy to own the shares at these prices. So with that, I can fund the 10 grand in calls that we did for Friday. I started scaling these yesterday, a little early, a little excited. And so yeah, they've lost quite a bit of premium, at least these ones further out of the money so far. We're at 77% down on that one, 86% on that one. These weren't as big though. This is a 500 and a 670 call. We had these 325 calls yesterday. I scaled into it a lot more today. These were down about the same amount, but I brought my average cost down a little bit. We've got 13 of these 325 calls. Those are $5,000. And then today I kind of bottom ticketed it pretty well with these calls, these 270 calls. These are up 33%, and those cost $3,000. So we'll see. Going in pretty heavy for this Friday, and hard to know what's going to happen, but on other days where the similar failed delivers on SLD periods, we've seen this price action right here that happened in March, as well as this bit in January. Potential for maybe one of those moves, and maybe even larger. Combine that with 002 and then the Russell on Friday. It's going to take some serious wizardry to keep this thing down below this breakout point of 348. So if we start coming up here and it breaks out of that, it honestly could be the start of the squeeze. I don't know though. I'm going to take it slow, take it one step at a time, and just see what happens tomorrow. Very excited for tomorrow. Very, very excited to see what happens, and maybe nothing will happen. SPY on the other hand, yeah, market rip today, but I'm still bearish on it. So Bitcoin and all the cryptos really sold off last like 4 or 5 days. As you see here, this has just been a straight downtrend. I think it's hedge funds just liquidating positions to get ready to start covering GME. That's kind of been the consensus. I think Bitcoin probably has a ways to go. Maybe this 19,000 support, maybe even further. Same with SPY. So we're gonna see these things sell off when GME starts going. And SPY, maybe this 360. Some people are calling a lot lower, like 320, or even down here like 300, like back in this range, back 2019 before COVID. I'm not sure. It might take some time. I did a lot of comparison with SPY and this correction I think that's coming up with 2008 crash. And there's a lot that that's going into this, but I'm not going to talk about it all. The yield curve flattening, inflation rates, they're very, very similar to what happened in 2008 before that crashed. So seems like it could become pretty imminent. A little bit more time and we'll be able to tell, but the market and those two indicators, which are pretty predictable, are starting to indicate that is coming. So today, yeah, I mean, these puts that we sold, these came up today just with that last little rip. I'll show you on the chart here, actually, on GME. We've got that. So, and honestly, on the daily, GME is still bearish to me. It's got the MACD crossed over. It's still kind of a bear flag. The only thing that I like on the daily is this uptick in the RSI. And then, of course, the 9 moving average is over the 180, which is good. But besides that, everything else is pretty bearish looking on it. I mean, it has held this support somewhat, and then it had this dip, and it kind of looks like the Wyckoff method, actually, in like a short time frame. As far as this and then the spring test, but we'll see. On the hourly, it's still looking good. We've got nice green candles over the 9 moving average. MACD is good. RSI is nice. This is kind of set up a little cup and handle. But yeah, so for this thing to flip and reverse, it's going to be that hasn't really happened on GME. If you look back, not in a drastic way like this. We have these 3 different times where the MACD's done this, and then after that it's always done this long sell-off and then slow gradual, and then it, well, I guess here it kind of did it quick. So we'll see. I mean, there it was kind of coming down, and just in one day it, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, this isn't as quick as this will be, because this will be pretty quick off of this downtrend to flip and reverse and go up. So cup and handle though, looks definitely like that's the case, and I'm fired up. So thanks for watching, guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. Follow us on Twitter at Happy Money YT, I think. Yeah, something like that. Bye. And we have a Discord as well. You can jump on there. We're just cheering on green candles all day. Go GameStop. Go. And yeah, countdown failed to deliver cycles and everything that's gonna happen this week. I'm excited about. If nothing starts this week, we'll just see what happens next week, and so on and so forth. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good evening. Good night.